Hello there and welcome to Schofield Studios. In the last 20 years, Daniel Craig has made four James Bond movies, and his final film is coming out this year, or next year. So today I'm going to rank all the James Bond movies with Daniel Craig from worst to best. Tell me in the comments how you'd rank these movies. Now sit back, relax, and let's begin. Number 4 is Quantum of Solace. Now, I don't think this is a bad film. It's just a really forgettable one. You could literally forget about most of the film the day after you see it. And most of that has to do with the film not being in any way interesting and very bland. The villain of this movie is very boring. His plan doesn't really add up. The action of this movie is also not that great and is edited in this weird way where you can't see what everything happens. It's kind of like a Jason Bourne style action, but that's not what you come to a James Bond movie for. You want to see the action. I don't think the characters are that great either. Not that there's that much bad about them. They're just not interesting. Even James Bond is not that interesting. So from the intro to the characters to the plot, it's just really faceless. The movie itself is not that bad, but considering the other movies on this list, it deserves to be in last place. Number 3 is Spectre. Now, a lot of people do not like this film, but for me, there's quite a gap between Quantum of Solace and Spectre. I'm sorry, is it Spectre or Spectre? But anyways, the movie is actually 4K, so it looks very good. The pixels are very small, so it's basically like the best film I've seen in 2015 and the best 4K I've seen in that type of year. And the movie itself is very good. Daniel Craig is at his best acting here. And basically just gets better with his role every movie. Christoph Waltz is very good as Blofeld. It was nice to see Mr. White come back again, and Ralph Fiennes is very good as M. All the acting here is very good. The characters are very good. The standout here has to be the action. That's probably the second best action of any of these James Bond movies. Well, Skyfall coming later. But still, the action is a very good standout here. The only problem is that they don't make James Bond's mission very clear. I mean, it just doesn't make sense what he's trying to do in this entire film. Still a very good movie, but I just wish they fleshed out the story a little bit more. Number 2, which is going to be surprising to a lot of you, is Casino Royale. Now, there's going to be a lot of people hating me for putting this at number 2. And I get it, it's one of the best reboots out there. And it's actually inspired by Ian Fleming's first book that started the whole character and the franchise. And I did really like this movie. Honestly, it's one of the best movies, action movies out there. They did good with all the action scenes. The characters are very good. The story is probably one of the best of all these movies. It's very entertaining and fun to watch. The only problem of the film, which is really if you're comparing it to the other films, is that Daniel Craig's performance, while not being bad and while being good, he's good as this character, compared to the other movies, his acting kind of feels a little bit dry. Not bad, just dry. So I put it back to number 2, and also because number 1's probably one of my favorite action movies and a very great movie. But, you know, the film Casino Royale, I thought was actually a very good runner-up. Very entertaining, very fun to watch, great story, great characters. Just that Daniel Craig's performance was a little bit dry, and it's just not as good as our first one. Speaking of which, coming in at number 1 is Skyfall. Now, this movie is a wild roller coaster from beginning to end. The action is like a huge step from that Jason Bourne style action in Quantum of Solace. And it just looks great. The action, it's just very well made. This film also probably has the best score of all these 4 movies. A very great story. You can tell that this film had a very big budget. And it's probably the most entertaining of all these James Bond films. In the first movie, as I just said, Daniel Craig's performance as James Bond was good, not great, but in this film, he is very good at this. I thought Judi Dench was also very good as M. All the characters are very good. And this is probably just the best acted, best directed, with some of the best action and the most entertaining of these films, which is saying a lot because this is a very good franchise. So this movie earned its place at number 1. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe and click the bell if you want to see more from me. This has been Schofield Studios, where you're the audience. And cut.